Hello everybody, welcome to video number 2 in our CrewAI course. In this video, we're going to be talking all about agents. If you want this full Gamma doc with this CrewAI course, you can check out the link in the description box or the pinned comment down below. It's in our school along with a bunch of other free resources. So there's a table of contents you can click through. Let's start with the basics. So what even is an agent in CrewAI? If you imagine you have a business and you hire employees with different skills, you have different tasks, right? So there's researchers that need to research, you have writers, or you have even a project manager. And each one of those employees have specific jobs and they all work towards their own goal and a unified goal. And they all can have different tools in their tool belt to get those tasks done. So in CrewAI, an agent is like a specialized member of that team designed to perform specific tasks. And each agent has defined specific roles and goals, and they can talk with other agents and can even remember past interactions. So, for example, a researcher agent would focus only on gathering information, while the writer agent would only specialize in creating content. And when you have that specification, it makes every agent perform better compared to just having one AI assistant that does everything. So key attributes of an agent. So again, this is conceptual, but all of these attributes are applied in the actual code when you create CrewAI projects. So number one is the role. Simple, right? This defines the agent's function within the team. Then you have the goal. This guides the agent's decision-making process by having that goal defined. You also have a backstory, so this provides some more context and personality to the agent. It just makes interactions a little bit more enhanced. And you have tools, which are functions or things like web search, right? Or specific use cases where they're available to the agent to accomplish tasks if they need to. They don't have to always use the tools. And then you have memory, which just determines whether the agent should have memory of past interactions, right? And you also can allow delegation. So this can specify if the agent can delegate tasks to other agents. That's really what makes it a crew overall, right? So again, you can think of these as the agent's job title for the role. So content writer, financial advisor, just going to have more examples here. The goal would be something like gather the latest market trends or write engaging blog posts. Some example of a backstory could be you're an expert researcher with 10 years of experience in financial markets. And then for tools, like I mentioned, just like humans use tools, agents can also use digital tools to help them. So things like web search tools, making API calls, or interacting with databases. And then for memory, again, agents can remember past interactions to provide better results. So you can have short-term memory for just one task, or you could even have long-term memory across many tasks. And again, for delegation, this is simply whether an agent can assign tasks to other agents. So creating an agent, there's two ways you can create an agent. You have to use code. And in these examples, we're going to be using Python, but you can also create an agent with a YAML configuration file. So the YAML approach is recommended usually, and it is a little cleaner and easier to read. And in the YAML file, you can define all those attributes we talked about. And then in the code, you can reference these YAML files to initialize the agents. So here's an example of a YAML configuration. You can see here, we named the agent researcher. We have the role attribute, senior market research analyst. We have the goal, backstory, tools, memory, and delegation attributes. So the explanation for this is simply the role is the senior market research analyst, and the goal, overall goal, is to find emerging trends. And then we also have those key attributes, the other ones. The backstory, the web search tool, the data analysis tool. So then when we look at the actual code for this Python code, you can see here that we import all our CrewAI libraries. And don't worry, we're going to go in detail with code in further videos. This is more just to understand the concepts of CrewAI. But you can see here we load the agent's YAML. So when we load that agent's YAML, we can reference it using agents config here so that we can get the role, goal, backstory, and all those other attributes and assign them to the agent here as parameters. And then when we want to run a task, we can just call the researcher, call run on the researcher, and pass along the task. And then we can see the result there. So you can see it's actually very simple to set up, and it's nice to have it in the YAML because it's a separate file and it's easier to read rather than looking through messy code sometimes. So how do agents actually work together? So like I mentioned, an agent can work alone, but the whole point of CrewAI, it's in the name, you want to have multiple agents that can collaborate to get the best results. And that's called a crew. So for example, we talked about these roles before, but you have the research agent, which can find data, the writer agent, which actually creates the article, and then the editor agent, which reviews the article for quality. And you can have these agents talk to each other and share info to complete these tasks without any human involvement. So key takeaways here for this entire video is that agents equal AI-powered team members with specific jobs. They have roles, goals, tools, and can even have personalities. And if you want the setup to be a little cleaner and easier to read and understand, you can use YAML and then use Python to run the tasks. And again, agents can work alone or in crews if you have a more complex workflow. I hope you enjoyed that video. In the next video, we're going to be talking more about concepts. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, and I will see you guys next time.